Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Welcome. I've been playing with some things. I do see that there are quite a few of you guys in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and say hello. We've got Dawn and Crystal and Maureen and Miss Pam and repeating, and the Stream Elements bot is running. Okay, great. I did try doing a test to see if that one would work. Got a couple of little things that I'm kind of sort of working on, and of course they were working right before I started the live, and then everything shut down and I had to restart it, and the stuff's not working quite the way it's supposed to. So we will just see how it all goes. Okay, we've got Miss Melissa is in the house. She's fishing right now again. She's fishing while she's watching us craft. That is just too fun. Okay, hello Miss Roberta, welcome. And Miss Pam, I think I caught everybody, at least everybody that I'm seeing in the chat so far. So, how are y'all doing today? My plan today is that I really don't have a plan, other than I do want to play with some foil. And I did have my head on straight about like 10 minutes ago, and then of course everything decided it didn't want to work anymore. I'm playing with something I just discovered called Streamer Bot that is supposed to let me do some fun things, which we will see if this one does it, because I don't think it's gonna. Let's see if I have it set up so it's supposed to, if you guys put in the chat, I think I've got it set up that if you type in smash the like, hit the like, something like that, it should bring up a visual on the screen, an automation. But it doesn't look like it's working, because it's also supposed to do it when I say it. So anywho, let's see. Well, let's see if this one works. It should work when I say the word drum roll. It worked when I said drum roll. Awesome! So at least one part of the thing works. That's actually the first one that I added. So everybody is saying smash the like. And while you're saying smash the like, make sure that you remember to hit that like button. I would love that. I am going to try to get the automation at least to come up and see if it works. Of course not. So anyhow, I've got some stuff set up that is not working, and I am going to have to try again later. Although I can, I think, do it. No, I deleted that. Yeah, anywho. Me put my... That's not even working right now. None of my stuff is working. There, that piece is working. Okay, and the StreamYard banner should be, but doesn't look like it is. That's probably because I didn't reinstall that part. I know I'm kind of just goofing around with the tech, guys. Sorry about that. Would you like for me to just put on some music for you so you don't have to kind of watch me do all the weirdo stuff? I mean, this is what the thing's gonna look like. It's gonna be really cool. I just push a button and it'll do what I tell it to do. But it's not working. That one worked. The intro video one did, and it's got the countdown back on there, so at least that part is working. Hello, Miss Sherry. Welcome, welcome. And the very first little bot message that I put over on Stream Elements did come through, so that is super cool. It says, hello, Chatterbox. If you can see this, say hello to the Stream Elements moderator. So I now have two automated bot moderators on my channel just for the while, because you know I was having problems with the other one. Okay, I think I'm probably going to go back and edit this first part out, because nobody really wants to see all this stuff. Okay, I am going to give up on the fun things that I wanted to play with on here and just do some more testing later. I have no idea why it stopped working. My assumption is that there's got to be some conflict with something I've already got installed on my OBS and with the new thing that I'm trying to use. So that I'm not tempted, I need to close out or at least minimize that other stuff, because I don't want it to give me any trouble. Anyhow, so to start off with, we were going to be doing something with foil. Now, you guys know I love foil. I love playing with foil, and I am on the wrong screen again. Anyway, I love playing with foil, and I usually use my Glimmer system for pretty much all of that. What I'm going to do today, though, is something I haven't done in a bit. And the reason for that, and of course I don't have it out. I did. I've been doing too much stuff today, guys. Sorry about that. I decided to test out with that real pretty mermaid and fairy stamp set. I wanted to test out doing a little bit of foil with that, and it turned out awesome. And now I can't find the darn thing, which means we have to do it again, and which means I need to see if I can find a stamp set that I want to do this with, because you can stamp with your you can foil your stamps, so that is something that is really, really cool. So I think I'm going to just play with this one. This is a brand new stamp that I just got. I got it on sale, I think. Actually, I got it on clearance, believe it or not, at Hobby Lobby. This one is Hero Arts, and there's a couple of different ways that we can add foil to that. You know what I really hate, guys? I really, really, really hate it when everything is working fine and then it stops right before I go live. That really sucks. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, the first way I'm going to do this is going to be just with some embossing. Now, you could say, well, why don't you just heat emboss it in gold or silver or whatever color? And you can absolutely do that, but I also know that you can add foil to it too, and that gives it a little bit of a different look. This is also the very first time using this stamp, so I don't know for sure how well it's going to do. But all I'm doing right now is just putting a bunch of embossing ink down on that rubber stamp. And yes, you can do this with your clear stamps too. Like I said, I tried this with that real pretty mermaid and fairy. Actually, it was the unicorn and fairy stamps from that stamp set. It turned out so awesome. Excuse me. So I'm just going to stamp this down. Hope I don't move anything around. I don't really want it to be an all yucky, smudged image. I want it to be clear and crisp if I can get it that way. And I can't tell whether or not I've got any ink on the paper. Looks like I've got a little bit. We'll see how that one does. And then I'm going to just pour over that with some clear embossing powder. And then let's see if anything sticks, because I don't know why, but sometimes it doesn't matter what I do, my embossing ink doesn't seem to want to go on there. Oop, this one actually turned out pretty good. Okay. So you guys can't see it, but I can see the embossing powder is sticking everywhere on this panel. Then I'm going to heat that up. And my heat gun is not heated up yet. Yeah, that smash the like thing isn't wanting to work, guys. I am so sorry about that. It's going to be really cool when it does, though. I was watching one of my friends on Twitch while I was doing a lot of die cutting this weekend, and saw some of the cool things that they were able to do. And then I discovered today or yesterday that it's possible to add some of those things into YouTube. And I tested it earlier. I did a test private stream earlier today, had it on there for quite a while, and it works, and I was so excited. And so I started getting this other part set up, and all seemed like it was going great, and then somehow I got disconnected from that server, and I have no idea what happened. Yeah, I think my OBS is just acting up today. I don't know why. So I may have to start over from scratch, but I hope not. Okay, let me get into this other mode, because I do want you guys to at least get to see the thing, you know? Because I thought that was kind of fun. This is just heating up, so I'll be back in that minute. Hello, Mr. Jim. I didn't use my positioner because this is a large, it's a large rubber stamp. I mean, it wouldn't matter either way, so I just decided to use it straight. Okay, I think this is probably heated up enough. So I'm going to melt all of that embossing powder, and I'm kind of doing it off screen. This is what happens when I'm not 100% prepared, right? And I just realized I should have turned on my laminator, because this one I think is going to have to be laminated. Okay, that is pretty cool looking, and it's just a regular white heat embossed panel, right? Let me get some of this off my desk so I don't blow it all over the place. I think I'm going to do another panel since I'm waiting for my laminator to heat up anyway. Because what we're going to do is we're going to add, ooh, I think I want to do it in purple. That'll be pretty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some foil over the top of it, and it's going to be sticking to where we just stamped. So yes, you can do that. This is one of the methods. The reason that it's going to work is because when it goes through the laminator, it's going to reheat that embossing powder. And reheating the embossing powder is going to make it sticky again so that it'll go up, so that the foil will stick to it. Okay, just putting another one of these down. Okay, hello Miss Cordelia, welcome, welcome. Hello Lisa Acker from Washington State, and Miss Bethany is in the house. Welcome guys, thank you so much. I really can't wait to get this stuff actually working, and I know I've seen some people do some incredible things on their streams and stuff. Okay, this time I can actually see it. Awesome. So I'll just cover that in some embossing powder. And I've had this embossing powder for a while, so there's all sorts of stuff kind of in it, but that's okay. Nobody else is really going to notice. Okay, my laminator says it is heated up, but you know, the longer you can leave it running, the better, the hotter it's going to get. And I don't really have much trouble with my Crenova, but you know how that goes. So let's get this out of the way so I can heat up my panel. Okay, so that looks cool. Clean up the embossing powder, and then I'm going to go ahead and get those, go ahead and add some foil to both of those panels. You guys tell me, what do you want me to do, silver or gold? Those are the only two toner type foils that I have out right now. And that's the type that you want to use, is because it'll stick to, you know, glues and such like that. You don't need a hot foil plate or hot foil machine to do this. But for this method, you do need a laminator or a mink machine. Mink machine, of course, is always going to be better because it gets hotter, but this is going to work fine. So on the purple, okay, Jim answered me. Thank you so much, Jim. Jim wants me to go with gold on the purple and then silver on the white. Awesome. And this is just some stuff that I've had in my stash forever. And I don't really use it that much. And I should. So I'm going to try to, right? I mean, I've got a lot of hot foil even, and I don't use it up nearly as fast as I get it in. Okay, so we were going to go gold on the purple. So let me just attempt to line it up. And this is going to be a full sheet. So I'm just going to use my scissors this time. This is another thing you could use your quick cutter for, so you can cut everything quick and easy and not have it blowing around because of the air conditioning. But that also would require me to have something else on my desk, which I got way too much stuff on my desk. Okay. I'm going to just dust off any excess embossing powder off of everything and cover that with the gold foil for Mr. Jim. And I do not know for sure if this is hot enough. It does feel nice and hot to me, so it's probably going to be okay. But one thing I tend to do a lot, especially whenever I'm using my laminator, and I love this laminator. It's much better than the Scotch one I used to have. I usually run it through twice though, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so Pam says the Stream Elements one is getting to be annoying because it's happening too much. Let me pull up Stream Elements and shut that off. And that's true. That was a test one, so I had that one set up to go every couple of minutes because I wanted to go like right at the beginning, but I just deleted that timer, so you should not see that one anymore. Okay. So, okay, I know I'm going to run it through a second time, but I can already tell. I can see that it is, let's see if I can get the reflection right. You can see that it is sticking to the embossing powder. I'm going to run it through one more time though. And this will give me a card that I can just either add an embellishment to or do some kind of fun cutout of it or something like that. There's so many different things you can do with it once it's done, but you'll have a nice pretty foiled panel to start off with. Okay, so just looking to see if anybody else is saying anything. Lisa said lol. Okay, I'm adding this one back up there so that I can try to use it. Oh, I didn't want it to do all of them. I want just that one. There we go, there's that one. And then I want this to get added. That's what I wanted you guys to see, was that little smashing thingy. So what is supposed to happen is that when you say the word like, it's supposed to automatically come up. But it didn't, it's not working. Okay, so let's see how this one turned out. And after me hyping it up so much and saying, I know it's going to work, I know it's going to work, I'm afraid if it's not going to work. Ooh. What do you think, Jim? And this is a stamped image, which means if you emboss first, you can get that. So that's one way that you can do this with just with your regular embossing powder. Everybody basically has that in their stash. And then I have this one that I can use on another panel because we don't want to waste anything. Jim says cool. Roberta keeps saying hashtag like. I need to add that as one of the things that's supposed to make it work. Okay, so the second one we were going to do is going to be in silver, and that's going to be silver on the blue. I'm sorry, silver on the white. Just doing the same thing. And with the The holidays are right around the corner, guys, which means we're going to be making lots of stuff with fun foil, right? And I'm just using parchment paper as a carrier sheet. Someone told me about a year ago about that, and it has worked awesome. Using just regular copy paper didn't work as well for me, so I always use some parchment paper. Okay, so we're sending it through the first time. Oh, Bethany says, I'm always like that when I take the foil away. Awesome. And this part isn't working yet either. I told you, I had everything working. Everything was perfect. I did the last couple of tests, and then everything stopped working. Well, that's why that's not working. We run this through while I try to fix this other piece, because I want to be able to put your comments up, because you know what? I like giving you guys the shout outs, you know? Okay, so now that part is working. Okay, I got another part working at least, right? I am noticing, even though some of these things are starting to work now, even my OBS has got a lag on my end. I mean, I click something and it takes a minute before it finally pops up. So I don't know what is going on with that. In other news, the baby boy is now full speed crawling and pulling himself up on everything. I now have 3 fully mobile littles. That is from Miss Bethany. You know what? I wish we could chase those kids around with you. That would be fun. I mean, I've even got right now a couple of other things set up, I think. I'm hoping they're working. Since the Stream Elements thing seems to be working, I'm assuming that the alerts are going to be working too. So if someone is watching this live and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, be sure to go ahead and click subscribe, because it should put your name up on the screen. Same thing if you want to join my membership. So it's supposed to, and there's some other things I want to do to play with that, and that's going to be fun. I want to be entertaining for you guys. I know when I'm at the beginning and I can't get anything to work right, that's a bit boring, but at least I'm trying to make it more entertaining. Pam says maybe you need roller skates. Oh gosh. And Dawn says my granddaughter is walking now too. Yeah, I don't want to even say it, but I've got had 2 stepdaughters with my first husband, and my step grandkids are out of high school. So I'm old. Okay, so let's see how this one did. So because it wrinkled a little bit, the foil did wrinkle in some spots. It didn't cover everything, but that still looks fantastic. That's one of the things when you use something other than a hot foil plate or printing and foiling from your printer, it can do a little bit like that. But I think that this, oh, and I'm of course hiding it behind the comment, sorry. But I think that looks pretty good. And I really need to have that screen over there so that it looks better. Let's see if I can change that. Come on. My stuff is just not wanting to work right. Now it looks like I'm looking at you guys. Yeah, that works better. Move this. I've got 3 screens and I still can't tell what I'm doing. Okay, so. And that is not something I want up there. Let me take that down. I didn't even know it was still up there. Okay, there we go. So, you guys tell me, what do you think? Melissa says fee foil. I think she was meaning refoil? Maybe. Anyway, I think those look really pretty. That's one method. I mentioned another method, which is printing and foiling using your laser printer. We've all done that, I'm sure. But what I want to do is another method, and it's going to be this. I'm going to use the same stamp, I think. That's what I did with it. I'm going to use the same stamp. I'm going to use the laminator again as well. This time I'm going to use Deco Foil Transfer Gel. And I think what I'm going to do is this time I'm going to use the Duo because, you know, you guys, you can't get the regular Deco Foil Transfer Gel anymore. They just don't offer it anymore. But they do offer the Duo. And what the Duo does is it dries tacky. Just like a lot of those tacky glue pens, the 2-in-1 glue pens, this one does the same thing. Assuming that it hasn't dried out. Okay, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use a dauber. And this is the method that I used when I did my fairy and my... I'm going to have to pull up a picture. I took a picture of it. Now I don't know what I did with the darn thing, though. Unless... Oh, here it is. This is where I was just playing around and trying it out because I hadn't done this in a while, and this is what came out of that. Gold foil. This is just using the Stampin' Die. This is using the card kit of the month from Spellbinders for this past month. It had that pretty fairy. Let's see, do I have a zoom on this one? Of course not. It's got a fairy, and it's got a unicorn, and it's got some other stamps. So it had the stamp Magic, so I went ahead and used that, and then just did some black ink for the rest of the words. And then I went through on a stencil with the rest. This, I think, turned out so pretty. I still need to put it on a card. I haven't done it yet. But we're going to use the same technique to do it on this stamp. And I'm just going to use a little bit of the gel, put it on the end of my blending foam, and I did use this blending foam for the other as well. Cleaned it off as best I can because the stuff does dry hard. I mean, you won't want to use this for pretty much anything else. And I am just going to pounce it on there. Did you guys hear that? That was my husband. Yeah, he didn't go for a bike ride today because it's supposed to rain, so you guys got to deal with the gladiator in the background. Okay, so that's what I'm doing with this, is just pouncing it on there. And this could definitely make it be a little bit more distressed because it really depends on how much of this stuff you put on, and I'm, of course, impatient. So that means I'm probably going to put it on heavier in places than I should, and that means it's going to probably get lighter in other places than you should. No, you can, as long as you clean it up pretty quick, just like you would with any... Okay, you use this stuff through your stencils and things, so you want to make sure that you clean it up quick, just like you do your stencils. Which reminds me, Todd, can you go get me that bin that's in the bathroom that I can put these things in and some water? They can't see you. But I do need some hot water in it too. Not a lot, but enough so that it'll cover this and it can soak so it doesn't get all yucky. Yeah, this is a brand new stamp. I don't really want to ruin it the first time I use it, right? Yeah, Dawn, you're absolutely right, hon. I mean, I haven't thought about this in a while. You know, I've been so busy with just doing die cutting that I haven't done really a lot of anything with my stamps in general. Okay, I think I'm going to go over on some purple again with this, and I'm just going to put it straight down this time. And I was going to say I'm going to use my brayer, but I don't know what I did with my brayer. It's probably in my box of gel press stuff, which is something else I want to do in the next couple of weeks. So if you guys are interested in gel press play, let me know. And I like picking things up with my tweezers so I don't get my fingers all in them. Okay. And it is pretty sticky. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sit that to the side to let it dry. I'm just putting it up there on that laminator for the moment. And because this one is using the Duo instead of the regular, which they don't make anymore, and I've got 2 containers of it, because of that, we don't have to use it in the laminator. We can put it through our die cutting machine, which is why I said you can do it with or without heat. Yes, I know. I saw that you guys did gel press yesterday with Elizabeth. I've been meaning to do gel press for a while, and I still need to play with some of the Artistry inks, and I'm wanting to try those out on my gel press too, and I haven't gotten around to doing it. I mean, I bought one of the gel press that has got the hearts in there. It's kind of like a giant stamp. I think that is just too cool, and I haven't even taken that out of the package yet. Okay, while that's drying, I'm going to do another one, and I got a bunch of panels off to the side. Let's see, do I want to do that on some pattern paper this time? No, I think I'm just going to do another color. I am liking the purple for some reason, though. Yeah, just put it over here on the floor for me, honey. Thank you. You want to say hello?
Your hot water, my lady.
Did you guys hear that? So I guess I am my lady right now. Oh no, Bethany has 3 munchkins that are all crying. That's not very good. Poor thing. And one of them has a birthday this week, huh? Well, hopefully that means that that one is out of the way. Oh, thank you, Dawn. Dawn says thank you, Todd. Oh my goodness. Okay, somebody is saying numbers. Oh, people are asking ages. Yeah, I am 54, gonna be 55 this year. So yeah, I feel old. I try to fake it though, you know. So I'm gonna pounce another one of these guys. I really was planning on doing the unicorn and fairy, but you know what? I forgot where I put the stamps. But one reason why I was making sure to mention that one too is because those are, I think, silicone. They're either silicone or photopolymer, but they are clear stamps, and you can do this on clear stamps too. I mean, I did it on a clear stamp with just the sentiment. I didn't want to do one of the little sentiments because, like I said, with this kind of thing, you might have some trouble. It might work better with the embossing. But one thing I noticed with the embossing too, a long time ago, is if the lines are too fine, it's where you can hardly see the foil, which kind of defeats the purpose. I'm going to have to clean this thing too because it is getting all gunky. Okay, go ahead and press this one down. And you can tell this one it's done and it is sticky. It's already dried to clear, so it should be pretty much ready to go through my die cutting machine with some foil on it. Actually, I think for the first one, I'm going to send I'll do the first one through the die cutting machine. I'll do the second one through the laminator and then let you guys see both of them. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. That one, it's going to take a little bit to dry, and I won't be able to see how well it's dried I won't be able to see how it dried as quickly on that one. Ugh. Just trying to get some stuff out of the way so I have room to put this through my embossing, through my machine, whatever, right? Okay, so let me cut this down for my panel. So I'm going to put some gold on top of this purple one. And it doesn't really matter which die cutting machine you use. I'm going to just put this through my Gemini. And just the regular sandwich, just like you would do if you were doing your regular die cuts. Because it's really just needing the pressure. Okay. And I know that the foil was kind of crinkled. So, looks like it's got really good coverage though. I don't think I need to go back through and redo it. You guys ready to see it? Yes, December birthdays do get cheated. Okay, so I'm sorry, Jim said drum roll and it didn't work. So, okay. Or maybe it did. I said drum roll and it started. But for some reason, some of the other stuff is not wanting to work. Why is this stuff not wanting to work? I don't know. Anywho, I think that turned out pretty cool. Okay, so he's saying I need to compare the two. Jim, you were starting up something. Okay, I think I need more light or something. It's not showing as much light as I would want. I've got two lights on over here and my overheads, and it still doesn't seem to be as much light as what I think I need right there. So I'm going to adjust my camera a minute. So give me just a sec. Because I need it to be a little bit brighter for you guys to see it. So that setting is right. That is going to be way too much. Okay, I'm going to have to say that that's going to just have to be good enough. So this one has got more of the fine lines. You see that? This is the one with the embossing, okay? This one, because it went through that it went through my die cutting machine, it pressed it down into the Deco foil and smushed it a little bit more. But I think that they both turned out very lovely. You still got lots of shine. I know, I'm flashing you in the eyes. Hello, Miss Harriet. Welcome. Everybody's wanting to say, drum roll. I think it is fun that I don't actually have to touch the my mouse to get it to do that. That's what I want the rest of the stuff to do. So I'm going to work on that, guys. And what it's supposed to do is without the hashtag, you should be able to just type in the word. And I think I've got it set so you can type in 2 words. And I think I shut that thing down. Yes, I can't see it right now. I'll have to pull it back up. Oh, it says it's already running. But where did it go? I don't see it. I don't know. It says it's running, but I don't know where it is on my computer. Anyhow. So this, I don't think that one's... Miss Dawn, what the heck are you doing to me? Okay. Because I didn't say it that time. I know I didn't say it. So that is So far that is 2 different methods where you can add foil to your cardstock. Okay, there are more, and I think I'm going to stop with the Deco foil. Okay, so Roberta was testing it, so I guess I don't have it set up for 2 words, but I will change that one because I think that'll be easier. And it looks like you guys do want to play with that kind of stuff again, right? So this one, this second panel, once it has had a chance to dry, I will get that one run through here with some with some foil on top. Thank you, Roberta. I have to say, well, okay, you guys get tickled as I do over this stuff, so that's awesome. Okay, another thing that I pulled out today, because I hadn't even opened the package, were these glue quills. This is from We Are Memory Keepers. They also have the foil quill, which I've used on my Scan and Cut. You guys have seen that before. If not, check out my videos. I do have I think I've got a couple of different playlists having to do with foiling. And I think that one's included in my Scan and Cut playlist as well. So you can see that over there. And I do need to try these out on my Scan and Cut at some point. But today I figured I would just play a little bit and see how they work and whether or not they do a good job on just using them as pens. So I'm going to go this time. I'm going to just write with these. There are the package I got, and I've had it for probably about 6 months at least. Okay, so she wants some applause, so I will do the applause if I can get it to work. It's not working. I'm positive it is because I switched the settings so many times that it's just not seeing what it's supposed to do. There we go. Okay, so Pam says, I don't hear the drum roll. and then Roberta did it again. Okay, why is this not working now? There we go. There we go. Now we have an applause. Yes, we do. Awesome. Okay, wait a minute. You guys don't hear it? Okay, now that is weird. Okay, let me try something in a second. Drum roll, please. Okay, so it's not even up on my audio thing. So, hello, Miss Elizabeth. So you did hear the drum roll? And Harriet said that she could hear both. That's awesome. I don't know why my applause is not wanting to work, but I will fix that. Okay, I have applause. Okay, so we've got two different sizes of pens, I think. Actually, they might both be the same. I don't know, but it's supposed to basically be a glue pen, so you can write with the glue. And I probably just write too fast because it looks like I may have missed it a little bit. I also had these in a jar face down so that the tips would go down for a while to see if I could get them to do a little bit better than they did a little bit ago. Hi, my. That one didn't work. I can't see the my. This is probably one reason why I don't do calligraphy. Okay, I can already tell that part of it looks like it did okay and part of it doesn't. So I'm going to try just burnishing it, burnishing some foil over it, and see if it picks up anything. Because I think what it does when it goes through with your Scan and Cut is it goes nice and slow to get the glue moving, right? So you can see I barely got anything to come up on that. also got a Zig 2-in-1 pen. So this one, you can get a lot more glue to come out at a time. And you can see it. I think I'm also, while I'm at it, I think I might still have over here a quickie glue pen, and we'll see if that one does anything. And I'll just do that one with a Q and a smiley face. Because to me it looks like that probably has a little bit more glue come out of it than did the first. Yes, Jim is absolutely correct. When this dries, you can see that the heart and the parts of the letters doesn't, it's still a light blue color, and once it is clear, or in this case it's going to look dark blue, then we can put some foil over the top. And while I'm waiting for that one to dry, I'm going to say that this one is probably done. So I think I'm going to do this one in silver. What do you think, Jim? Okay, who did that? Thank you, Miss Roberta. Okay, I'm going to do this one in silver, so I'll just put that over the top and then cut it down. And you can already see it is sticking. It is already sticking. So I don't actually have to put it through my laminator, but I'm going to anyway, and we're going to see if it really makes a difference. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Okay, where did I put? That's what I did with it. Oh, and that needs to go in that tub. Okay, so I'm going to put this through using a piece of parchment paper and just run that through. And this is almost done. So I am gonna go. So Sherry says we didn't hear the drum roll. I think only you hear it. Well, it just played twice. That means that a second person at least did it. Okay, I don't know that I've got it in caps in there, but now I'm thinking I need to put that setting in there for Miss Roberta. She's the one that had the idea of a hashtag at the beginning and all caps, and yeah. What was funny is this software's got that voice activated thing, and I was trying to tell it to say, do my smash the like thing to come up, and it wasn't working because it was not understanding my words. It kept thinking I was saying smashed the white, and also everybody is saying drum roll. Okay, I have to make some more fun things to go in there, I think. That also means that if I can get this thing working right, those points that y'all have been racking up, you'll be able to use your points to make animations and sounds come up on the screen. I tried it out with one earlier today, and it worked. But, of course, nothing's working now. The only thing that is working is the drum roll, right? Okay, so here's the one that we've got in silver. Again, this is the Transfer Gel Duo that you don't actually have to use with heat, because we already tried that using my my die cutting machine. Perfect timing! And I want this one to go up. There. Okay. Okay. I did have to hit the button, but that's okay. Okay, so to take a look at these that we've got so far, this one was done with the heat embossing over some foil over heat embossing after we stamped that one, stamped and embossed it. Same thing with this one. The foil kind of crinkled going through my laminator, so it didn't turn out as well. It's a bit distressed. And these were both using the Deco foil Transfer Gel Duo. What's fun is with all of these, you can color over them. Just like what I did on this one. I did a lot of ink blending and everything on here. So I did all the foiling on here first with some, on just a white piece of cardstock, and then I did all of the foiling over the top. Did all of the color over the top. So that turned out really good. So we've got this guy here. And now I'm going to put a little bit more foil over that, and we're going to see how it turns out. because I'm positive it's going to do really well over the zig. So the zig is in the middle, and then I've got a quickie glue pen off to the side, and this first bit that doesn't show really anything was using the glue quill that may or may not, it may be that it's old, but it may not work. It may just not work unless you're using your scan and cut. And I know that being rough with the foil while you are burnishing it is kind of counterintuitive, because you know, foil is so delicate, you don't want to hurt it. But sometimes that's what you got to do. Let go. Okay, the part that had the big piece of glue in the middle there, thinking it wasn't completely dry and it was trying to stick to the backing of my foil. So I'm just putting another piece of foil over the top and see if I can get that to look a little bit better. I'm going to say that that is good enough though. Squirrel! Ooh, I need to have a squirrel, right? Are my headphones black? I thought you guys said you could hear the drum roll. Okay, so you guys are saying you can't hear it, so I have to figure out why that is. So apparently that one's not working either, although I thought it was. I am so sorry. I think that means I'm going to have to go back and watch and listen to the words. I need to go back and watch and listen to the fake live stream, the test live stream that I did earlier today, because that's what I was using. Okay, so we do have other ways that we can use our foil when you don't have the hot foil machine, or when you don't have a hot laminator. And where did I put the stuff I was going to use? Ah, here we go. This is something I think every crafter has in their stash. Maybe not as big as this one. You may have smaller rolls, but this is double-sided adhesive. And this is a great way to use your foil. So this is the same method you would use if you're just wanting to, you know, die cut some pieces and make sure that they all stick together well, you know, all of that good stuff, right? So we're going to use that instead to make a thick gold strip here. That also means that on your cards you could use your narrow, like your 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch double-sided adhesive tape to put accents on your cards. Just to add a little touch of foil. And you guys need to tell me how many different ways have I done foil so far tonight, because I don't know. So I'm taking off that release paper, and then I'm just going to put my foil down on here. And then we're going to burnish it. I do know that sometimes burnishing it changes the texture on top, but you know, that's okay too. We also want to make sure that it sticks. So this is just one of those things you guys just gotta, you know, you gotta play. So now I've got a big piece of foiled, and yes, it is a little distressed because I went a little bit crazy with the with my bone folder here, but it still looks really cool. And that also means that you could die cut stuff out of this and it's going to look great. How about this? You could also do a die cut shape and then put your tape over the top of that, add foil over the top of that, or put the tape on there to begin with, die cut it, take off the release paper, and add your foil. So there's a lot of different ways that you can add that little extra bit of gold or silver. Okay, so Harriet says, I always forget about tape for foiling. Such a great idea. And it is now, I'm really trying very hard to keep My live stream's right at an hour, and we are right at almost at an hour right now. Do want to let you guys know a little bit about what's coming up. To do that, I need to grab out my calendar to see exactly what I've got going on. I'm using multiple calendars right now. I've got a clipboard that has got all my projects that I need to get done on it and checklists. I've got multiple ways of doing things. So today we did the foiling. Tomorrow I've got a video coming up using the just to say I mean, I don't know, it is one of the Spellbinders new release things. Actually, I'm going to be doing some cards using the high die that I used a couple of months ago because I used it early. Then that's Wednesday, and then on Thursday we've got a Spellbinders new release. This one is going to be on Christmas, and what I did this morning instead of preparing for this live stream was I have been die cutting and die cutting and die cutting. I've got most of my die cutting done for the entire release, and I do still have a bunch of Glimmer that I need to do for that release so that I can start putting together the cards. But on Thursday, hello Simon! On Thursday we're going to be doing, I'm going to have the new release video is going to be up on Thursday, and then on Friday the 15th, Spellbinders is having a club kit hop, so you can see even more projects that folks are doing using all of the club kits. And I got that one die I went ahead and ordered. I got the small die of the month for this month because it was not in with all the other stuff that I got, and I made a adorable card. I'm actually going to go ahead and give you guys a sneak peek for those last two Spellbinders ones for the beginning of the month using the club kits. And Dawn, I know I was going to do this one earlier, but you know, I got busy trying to get so much stuff done that I held off. So this one is the food truck. So this one is the one that I did for the food truck. And while I was making it, I had lots of ideas for other ways that I can use that die. So there's your sneak peek. That's going to be on for Saturday. Anyway, it's coming up. This is the one that I did for the hop. And I think this just turned out so good. So that is your sneak peek. That's all you get. No more. You have to wait. And for those of you that didn't pop in earlier, welcome. Thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. Today we've been playing with different ways that you can use foil on your cards where you don't have to have a hot foil machine, although I love my Glimmer machine and I use it a lot. You guys know that. Today I did a couple of cards, well, a couple of panels. Which ones? Ooh, I don't remember. They all look alike. Well, okay, I can't tell the difference between the different methods now. I did 2 card panels using embossing powder, and then after I did the heat embossing, I foiled over the top of it. And for the other 2, I used the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo. So you guys can tell that I don't really. This one I think was the embossing powder because I know Jim was saying silver on white to begin with. So I'm pretty sure that that's what that one is. And I think this one is probably the one with the embossing powder. So you guys can take a look at those and try to get it into better light. I don't know where the shadow is coming from, but it seems like right here is the darkest. Maybe it's just the panels and it's just the gold. But they are just gorgeous. Well, hello, we've got Lubomira, and I'm probably saying your name wrong. If I said it right, tell me so I will remember. But welcome. Thank you so much for dropping in. So this one these are both with embossing powder. And all I used was just clear embossing powder over, I think it was all WOW products, but still. So those are embossing powder. And then we've got these 2 that I did the Deco Foil Transfer Gel Duo. Say that fast. So I did 2 more with that. All the same die. I mean, all the same stamp. I had done this one earlier in the week, which is what kind of gave me the idea. And these were using the Spellbinders card kit of the month. I thought this was so pretty. And then I still haven't made a card out of it. I need to. I love that one. With this, we used a few different pens to try it out. This first one, I was trying out the glue quill. Now, the glue quill has been in my stash for a while, and I hadn't even opened the package until today. So I don't know if it would have caused it to dry up or anything. Wouldn't think so. I also know that it was probably only sitting in a jar with the tips down for probably about 20 or 30 minutes. So that may be part of the reason that it didn't flow as easily. Another thing is it may be that it kind of needs the correct consistent speed, and that's what my scan and cut would give it if I were to run it through it. The second one, the high in the middle here, yes, that's my crappy writing. I used the Zig two-way glue pen and we let it dry. I did have a little bit too much glue in the center of my little heart here at the exclamation point, so it didn't dry as well. So when I pulled up the foil, it didn't work as well. And then this QI here, that's just a little afterthought with the quickie glue pen that has been sitting in my stash for 2 years, and I very rarely use it. Mostly it's like I want to use that kind of with glitter, but glitter tends to go everywhere, so I don't use it much, and I'm always thinking it's not really going to stick, but then it does, so I don't know. And then I used some double-sided adhesive tape. This is just some from scrapbook.com that you can tell I've had this for a long time and I don't use it often enough. And now I've got this big piece here that I can die cut some things out of. So those are the ways that I played with foil today without having to drag out my my Glimmer hot foil machine. There's lots of other ways that you can do this, but basically if you can make any way that you can have an adhesive that is tacky, it will stick to the foil. The foil will stick to it. If it's one that if you just reheat it a little bit, it'll get tacky, that will work, which is why embossing powder works. Because what do we do to get the embossing powder to work? We heat it up so that it melts. If it is still sticky, then it will work with your foil. The way to make that work is just to, after it's done, after it's cooled, you don't want to touch it when it's hot, but anyway, you just run it through a laminator, a hot laminator. This one is just one I got off of Amazon from Crenova. There's a link down below if y'all are interested, as well to all the other stuff that I'm using. But just run it through that because that will heat up that embossing powder a little bit more so that the foil will stick to it. You guys, let me know if you like doing these kind of technique, or I don't even know what you want to call what we just did today. This is just where I haven't had a chance to play with some of this stuff in a while, and I wanted to share it again. I mean, I've done foiling on, foiling with stamps before, but it's just been a little while. So I thought I'd say, okay, but bye, Miss Pam. Well, I am going to head out and let you guys go too. Before I do that, I do want to give a shout out to all of the folks that are subscribers and members on my channel. This is also something new that I wanted to do for you guys. So you guys have a wonderful day. Okay, that kind of sort of worked, but not really. Turning down the music. That was not how it was supposed to work. Okay, so who said that? Thank you, Miss Harriet. Well, thank you guys for being such good sports too. I've been doing a lot of trial and error on this live because I'll be honest, I was so excited because I thought I had gotten some of the things that I was wanting to work on and get working 6 months ago. I thought I got them working today, and then it didn't work. If everything had worked right, all I would have had to do is hit a button and everything would have gone fine. I'm just happy that you guys were here to play with me. And you guys, I know, are loving the drum roll. If you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. I know y'all are playing with it, but it didn't. Okay, now it did it. Thank you, Miss Sherry. Okay, I'm going to have to figure out why that one's not working. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys later. And again, we've got a video coming up tomorrow, which means members, I will have that up on my channel in just a little bit. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.